city near me, they've called it a rehab, but really it's just a drop-in centre.
Yeah.
But they've changed the name of treatment, they've changed the name of recovery. Now they're changing the name
Yeah.
rehab to be a lot lesser
Yeah.
than what we would expect it to
It's
be.
Orwellian, isn't it? It's
It's strange. Again, I try and resist the conspiracy theories, but when you kind of made this your life and looking from, I guess, our point of view, and we share the sort of similar conclusions of the
yeah.
reality, not the
Yeah.
statistics, because when I look at their statistics, it all looks really good, but the reality is what I see is in the last 20 years, because I've been there from the beginning,
Yeah.
that since the harm minimalisation and the methadone and more drugs have been made available to drug addicts, the death rate's been
Yeah.
rising when we've got a treatable, even when I try, you know, reading all of their reports and trying to understand them, because they're not easy to understand if you're not working in their industry constantly, even in a private sector, which I
Yeah.
was. All their acronyms and words they use, it's like, I'm not sure what you're even talking about, but they even
Deliberate.
say
It's
things,
deliberate.
yeah, that, oh, most of the deaths are of people that are not in treatment or not access treatment. But then when which they get from their MTDMS, I think it's called, but then they put their report together based on that. But then you look at the national statistics of drug poisonings, it actually appears that more, you've got probably 3 times more chance of dying in treatment than in their version of treatment than not.
Yeah.
And again, it's so hard to actually verify these facts, because unless they're willing to accept them, which they're definitely not,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, there's no way of saying, look, I'm not 100% sure if I'm right. It's just my gut tells me, my 33 years experience tells me, and my um, the reality that I'm looking at tells me that something's wrong
Yeah.
here.
Well, it's Orwellian. It's like, don't believe your own eyes, believe what the government tell you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can see
Yeah,
my community's been flooded by, substitute prescriptions, and that has created a knock-on effect. We're seeing it in Canada. The government supplying so-called,
yeah, in Vancouver's terrible
yeah,
mess.
the government, they're calling it a safe supply. Even the language around it's Orwellian. How can you?
Mm,
There's no safe supply of opioids. Are you mental? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
these drugs are horrendous, for the human condition.